Hi children, this is Sudhir Kumar from Sudhir Physics Classes. Today we are with another topic that is a derivation which is very important for the CBSE board exam. A circular current carrying conductor produces a magnetic field, you know that. But I want the magnetic field on the axis of the conductor at a distance x from the center. What I want to determine here? I want to determine the magnetic field on the axis of this circular current carrying conductor. The point where you are determining the magnetic field is at a distance x from the center. Let r is the radius of the circular conductor and current I is flowing in this conductor. So this derivation is also very important, as I said, for CBSE board exams. To understand or to derive this expression, first of all, we must know some basic information. That is the determination of cross product and direction of cross product. Say for example, you are having a vector A bar here. Another vector B bar is here. This is a plane containing A bar and B bar, and this is an angle between A bar and B bar. I want the direction of A cross B. How will you find? You must know that to do this derivation. For example, if this is A bar, say this is B bar. This is A bar, this is B bar. Then A bar cross B bar will be perpendicular to this plane containing A bar and B bar. This is a plane containing A bar and B bar. This will be A cross B. How will I decide this direction? So you have to take a right hand. If this is A bar, if this is A bar, if this is B bar, you want to find A bar cross B bar. So move your fingers. See, A to B, right hand, A to B. This is the direction of A bar cross B bar. Fine. Why did I do this? We are going to use it in Biot-Savart now. So this is a Biot-Savart. There is a current carrying wire. There will be a magnetic field around it. So here, due to the small element of the wire, whose length is dl, this is called current element, and dl bar will be taken in the direction of current only. Due to this current element, at a distance r, what is the magnetic field? dB is given by Biot-Savart law. The magnetic field here, due to the current element dl, is given by, here r is a distance, dl is a length element, current theta is angle between dl bar and r bar. Dl bar is taken in a direction of current and r bar is a line joining from the dl to the point where you are determining the magnetic field. This dl bar and r bar, this is an angle between dl bar and r bar. That is sin theta. I can write this in vector form also. How? I multiply one r here and one r here, numerator and denominator. And therefore dB bar is equal to r square into r will become r cube. But here you have dl into sin theta into r. dl into sin theta into r is written as dl bar cross r bar. Because a bar cross b bar is ab sin theta. Therefore ab sin theta can be replaced by a bar cross b bar. In that way we did. Next, the direction of magnetic field dB here. I know you will be using right hand thumb rule like this. You have to hold the current carrying conductor such that the thumb indicates the direction of current. Then the four fingers will give the direction of lines of force. That is nothing but magnetic field. Okay, then magnetic field is inward. So the magnetic field at that point will be inward. But I will decide the direction of magnetic field not only by right hand thumb rule here, by direction of dl bar cross bar r bar also. For example, this is dl bar, this is r bar, fine, like this. Then dl bar cross r bar will be like this. Similarly, if this is dl bar in the direction of current, if this is r bar, so I want dl bar cross r bar, that will be inward. So I can decide the direction of db bar by deciding the direction of dl bar cross r bar. That is more important. Now let us come to the derivation. Here, you have a circular current carrying conductor. There is a current I flowing in this. Radius of the conductor is r. On the axis, at a distance x, I would like to determine the magnetic field due to this current carrying conductor. Okay? Right. So this conductor is in a horizontal plane I have taken. I have taken on a horizontal plane like this. Like this. And you are determining the magnetic field along the axis. So you are determining the magnetic field along the axis. That is what I am doing here. Okay. Now we will take one element of this current carrying conductor. I have taken no. For this total conductor, dl bar is an element only, no. So here also I will take one element here. So dl bar, current is coming like this. So this is an element. Due to this element, the magnetic field here is dB. Due to this element dl, current element dl, magnetic field at this point is dB. For example, due to this element dl, the magnetic field at a distance r is dB. Same manner. Fine. I want this theta now. Then I'll write the formula. This theta. What is this theta? This theta is angle between dl bar and r bar. Here, where is dl bar? Where is r bar? What is the angle between dl bar and r bar? Let us discuss. See, here I am taking, this is dl bar. So dl bar is coming out. See, like this. So this is taken as dl bar here. So this is a circular current carrying conductor. The element dl bar is like this. Okay. Then due to this element, that means due to this element, at a distance small r, from the element it is small r and from center it is x, but from the element it is small r. At this point, the magnetic field is dB. So this will be r bar, small r bar. So here will be small r bar like this for you now. This is a circular conductor. On the axis, I would like to determine the magnetic field like this. This is a circular current carrying conductor. On the axis, I want to determine a magnetic field. This is a direction of current. This is a direction of current. This is element dl. So where is r bar? This is small r. So here is small r. What is the angle between this small r and dl? What is the angle between this small r? This is small r. This is axis. This is dl bar. dl bar is outward because current is coming outward like this. So what is this angle? This angle I want. How much is this? See, whatever this position may be, this is always 90 degrees. This angle I am talking. This is always. Because this is dl bar. This is r bar. So angle between dl bar and r bar, how much here? How much is here? 90 degrees. So whatever the position may be here, this 90 degrees won't change. This won't change. Therefore, angle between dl bar and r bar, that is angle between, this is dl bar. Okay? So angle between, this is dl bar, this is r bar, This is DL bar coming out. This is R bar, small r. What is the angle here? 90 degrees. Always 90 degrees. For whatever the position it may be, this is always 90. So this theta must be taken as 90 degrees. Right. So angle between this DL and R bar is 90 degrees. So shall I write this formula now? So due to this DL, at a distance R, the magnetic field is dB, which can be calculated as follows. Now, by applying Biot-Savart law, so dB is equal to mu naught I dl sin 90 divided by 4 pi into small r square. I have written. Okay, it's not completed still. How did I decide the magnetic field is like this? I can decide in two methods. One, see, this is a current element here, isn't it? This is a current element. This is a current element of this only. Now, due to this current element, let me take this current element like this. This is a current element. The magnetic field will be concentric circles. Thumb rule, concentric circles. So you will have a concentric circles here like this. This is the direction of magnetic field. That is one method. Another method I will tell, DL bar. See, the direction of this dB, dB bar will be in a direction of perpendicular DL bar cross a R bar. For example, this is DL bar, this is R bar, this is dB bar. Observe one point. This dB bar is perpendicular to DL bar, and as well as this dB bar is also perpendicular to R bar. That means the magnetic field dB that is produced due to this element DL, this will be perpendicular to both R and DL, or it is perpendicular to the plane containing R bar and DL bar. Let us check here. This is DL bar. What is this and R bar? R bar. This is DL bar, R bar. So dB bar. So DL cross R, inward, like this. It will be inward. It is perpendicular to DL and as well as R. It is perpendicular to R and as well as DL. Come here now. This is DL. This is DL bar. Outward. Say this is R bar. This is R bar. I was telling you angle between DL bar and R bar was 90 degrees. Already I have substituted there. But I want the magnetic field direction due to this element DL. So magnetic field will be perpendicular to both DL and R, and in the direction of DL bar cross R bar. So this is DL bar. Okay. This is DL bar. This is R bar. DL bar cross R bar will be like this. This is DL bar. This is R bar. DL bar cross R bar will be like this. So this will be the DL bar cross R bar. But I am not finding magnetic field here. There I am finding. I am determining only direction here. Okay. So this will be the direction of magnetic field. So just move it. So dB bar is perpendicular to R bar. See there, diagram. dB bar is perpendicular to R bar. And dB bar is also perpendicular to L bar. This is L bar, this is R bar. For both it is perpendicular. This point is very, very important. So this DL bar, this R bar and this dB bar are perpendicular. Like how this dB bar is perpendicular to DL and as well as R bar. Fine. Till here it is fine. Derivation is very simple, 3-4 steps. But understanding all this is very important. Right. Now, if you have not followed this, let us do it here also so that you will follow clearly. Now, I am taking another element here. another element. Like, this is a circular conductor. This is a element here. Another element I'll take here. Just opposite to this. Now here the current is coming outward. Here current will be going inward. So there is an inward current here. So due to this current element, here I want magnetic field. Same procedure you follow. Fine. Let us decide. So this dl bar is inward and r bar is here, right? Small r, I am talking small r here. This is small r. Small r bar. Because at a distance small r only I want magnetic field due to this current element. So this is small r. Fine. So due to this current element, the magnetic field at this point I want now. Direction especially. So shall we do it dl bar plus r bar? Okay. So dl bar is inward, current is going inward. Right? This is r bar. Right? So this is dl and this is r. Where is dl bar cross r bar? See, I have to move your fingers from dl to r. Let me take like this. This is inward. dl bar is inward and this is r bar. What do I want, Andy? I want dl cross r. So this is dl cross r. That is the direction of magnetic field. But magnetic field is I am not finding here, I am finding there. So therefore, if this is a dl bar, if this is r bar, then according to right hand rule, the magnetic field must be like this. So the magnetic field must be like this here. So this dB bar must be perpendicular to r bar and as well as it is perpendicular to dl bar also. The magnetic field dB bar must be perpendicular to dl and as well as dr. So here it will come like this. Here angle must be 90 degrees. So this dB bar is perpendicular to r bar, okay, and as well as it is perpendicular to current element. So I could say that the magnetic field will be obtained here exactly like this. This is another dB. This dB is due to this element in which the current is going inward. This dB is a magnetic field due to this current element in which the current is coming outward. Let this angle is alpha. Let this angle is alpha. Okay. So I can resolve this dB now. This is dB cos alpha here, dB sin alpha here. And dB sin alpha will be here. So if this angle is alpha, this is also alpha only. Again I will resolve this dB as dB cos alpha, dB sin alpha. So I will be getting one more dB cos alpha here. And one more dB sin alpha. I want total magnetic field here due to this circular conductor, okay? But due to this element dl, I am getting this information. Another dl opposite element I am talking, so I am getting this information. This is dB, dB cos alpha, dB sin alpha. This is dB cos alpha, dB sin alpha. You can observe that this dB sin alpha, they are equal and opposite, they get cancelled. So the component of dB sin alpha will not be included in the calculation of magnetic field because that components are getting cancelled. For example, I will take one element here. Current is going towards left. I will take another element here. Current is going towards right. So these two will be opposite elements. How these opposite elements are producing field here, these opposite elements also produce field there. Their dB sin alphas also will get cancelled, but their dB cos alphas will be added up. So for every element, dB cos alphas will be along the axis. And every element has an opposite element. The dB sin alpha will get cancelled with that opposite elements. So I have to integrate because I want total magnetic field. I don't want dB, isn't it? dB is the magnetic field only due to this element, but I want magnetic field due to the total conductor, circular conductor. So I have to integrate. But what should I integrate? I am not integrating dB now. I have to integrate dB cos alpha because all dB cos alphas will be coming along the axis. All dB cos alphas will be coming along the axis like this. All dB sin alphas will be getting cancelled with opposite element. So I have to integrate this dB cos alpha in order to get the total field on the axis at a distance x from the center of the circular coil. Let us do it now. So derivation part I told now, very simple, 2-3 steps only. But the only thing is that you have to understand all these angles and everything. So I am removing this part now. This is not required now. So the total magnetic field on the axis of circular current carrying conductor at a distance x, let it be biaxial because it is acting along the axis already. And that is given by integral. To whom should I integrate, Amma? dB cos alphas. So dB cos alpha. I substitute dB here and then integrate. You get the answer. So the magnetic field on the axis at a distance x from the circular conductor having current is integral mu naught ideal into 4 pi small r square into cos alpha I am writing now. Let us see what is cos alpha and what is small r square and let us substitute. Observe here one time, all of you. I want to use this right angle triangle in order to find cos alpha. So then what I do is angle in a straight line I will take. Angle in a straight line is 180 degrees. This angle is already 90 degrees. This I have taken as alpha. How much is this angle I want? So if this total angle is 180, already this is 90. So 90 plus alpha plus some angle here alpha dash, total will be 180. So then I will be getting this angle as 90 minus alpha in such case. So this angle is 90 minus alpha. But I want cos alpha now. I will find out here. What is there? I will, from this right angle triangle, I will take sin 90 minus alpha. So sin 90 minus alpha means from this right angle triangle. Okay, opposite side by hypotenuse. That is capital R by small r. But what is sin 90 minus alpha? Cos alpha is equal to small r by capital R. Fine. So this is biaxial, which is given by integral mu naught I dl divided by 4 pi r square. What is cos alpha value now? Capital R by small r. What is capital small r square now? From this right angle triangle, if you apply Pythagoras theorem, so I will be getting here small r square is equal to capital R square plus x square is small r value. Okay, so this is biaxial is equal to integral mu naught ideal divided by 4 pi. R square means I already told small r square is capital R square plus x square. Small r square is over. Numerator by capital R you have. And again one more small r is there. Small r means I have to take root now. Because the r square is equal to capital R square plus x square. But small r will be equal to root of capital R square plus x square. So this will be root of capital R square plus x square. Final expression. So the magnetic field on the axis is equal to, here mu is constant, I is constant, 4 pi is constant, radius is constant, we fix distance x also constant. I have to integrate only dl, all others you can write as it is. So therefore this is mu naught ideal, dl I will write in the end, okay, mu naught I into r divided by 4 pi. How much will be this? Suppose if this is some p into root p to the power of 3 by 2. So this will be r square plus x square whole to the power of 3 by 2 whole to the power of 3 by 2. Okay? And integral dl. Integration is applied only for dl now. All comes under constant. What is integral dl? So dl plus 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 dl. Summing up of all dls is called integral dl. That is circumference of the current carrying conductor, 2 pi r. So B axial is equal to mu naught I r into 2 pi r divided by 4 pi into r square plus x square whole to the power of 3 by 2. So 2 pi will go 2 times. So therefore B axial is equal to mu naught I by 2r. Mu naught I r into r square I have. So mu naught I r square divided by 2 into r square plus x square whole to the power of 3 by 2. So this is a final expression. So what did you derive here? Now you have derived the magnetic field on the axis. Due to this total circular current carrying conductor at a distance x from center, here what is the total magnetic field? You have determined. Magnetic field due to element is dB, but total magnetic field is B axial because you have integrated already. So this will be the magnetic field on the axis at a distance x from the center of circular conductor. In some books, this diagram will be taken like this, in horizontal position. See, you have taken like this, no? Here. They will take like this. Axis they will take here. But I find this is more comfortable for you to explain these angles. So I have taken this diagram. Understand? So if you have n turns here, n turns, 1, 2, 3 like that, then I can multiply n also here. So that will be the final expression for this. Now this just take down, and I just would like to think what happens if you go to center. That means this point will go to center. Now at center I want magnetic field. Then I have to substitute x is equal to 0. If that is the case, what is the relation between magnetic field at the center and magnetic field on the axis? Okay, so just think in meanwhile, pause the video and think it now. Let us see what answer you will get. Okay, now you might have thought about this. So we have determined magnetic field due to a circular conductor. This is a circular conductor like this at a distance x, which is given by this relation. If you take diagram like this, right? This is an horizontal like this. This is a situation here, right? here this is the situation, like this, on the axis at a distance x. B axial, magnetic field produced due to this circular conductor on the axis. This diagram is like this, and this is like this. Formula is same. So what I was telling you, the magnetic field at the center I want. So if you want to come to the center, then you have to put x is equal to 0. Then if you put x is equal to 0, you will get the magnetic field at the center of the circular conductor. So the magnetic field at the center let it be B naught. So, and you have to substitute x is equal to 0 in this formula. So then that is given by mu naught Ni r square divided by 2 into, this is 0. So r cube I'll get. This is 0. This 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So this r square and r gets cancelled. Therefore, the magnetic field at the center, which is given by mu naught Ni by 2r. This is a magnetic field at the center of the circular conductor due to current carrying, due to current. At a distance x is this, but at the center is this. But I want the relation between these two. Let us see. How can I get relation? This is just mathematical part only, okay? So I will take that expression now. That expression I am taking. This is mu naught Ni r square. Mu naught Ni r square divided by 2 into, we'll do something now. I will take one r square common in this. If I take r square, in bracket I'll get 1 plus x square by r square, everything to the power 3 by 2. This will be denominator. This is everything to the power of 3 by 2 as it is. But only in this I have taken r square common. So next, so B axial is equal to mu naught Ni r square divided by 2 into. I'll apply this 3 by 2 for this, no problem. But this r square also, this 3 by 2 is applicable. So r square to the power of 3 by 2, 2 gets cancelled. I'll be getting r cube. R cube into 1 plus x square by r square whole to the power of 3 by 2. This r square and this gets cancelled. But what is mu naught Ni by 2r? Mu naught Ni by 2r is B naught. So now I'll substitute. So from 1, mu naught Ni by 2r is taken as B naught. So B axial is equal to, this is B naught, mu naught Ni by 2r is B naught divided by 1 plus x square by r square whole to the power of 3 by 2 is the relation, one relation between magnetic field on the axis and magnetic field at the center. This is magnetic field at the center, this is magnetic field on the axis. This is the relation. But further I can go. How means? B axial is equal to, this is B naught into, I want to bring this to the numerator. So then I'll be getting it as 1 plus x square by 2, x square by r square whole to the power of minus 3 by 2. I just brought into the, numerator. Okay? Binomial expansion neglecting higher terms. Maybe mathematics students will understand that. This is B naught into. So you have a expression 1 plus x whole to the power of n. It is nothing but 1 minus nx, etc. blah blah blah. You will have some neglecting higher terms. Neglecting higher terms, I have to write only 1 minus nx. So this is nothing but 1 minus n means 3 by 2. X means this is nothing but x square by r square. So this is also an expression. This is also expression relating BA and B naught. This is also expression relating BA and B naught. Okay. These are the two relations. This is very important. So when you have a problem, if any problem is relating B naught and BA, use this or this relation. Understand? Now one more last point is graph. The magnetic field versus distance graph. So this is a distance taken on x-axis. The magnetic field taken on y-axis. B values. Regarding this formula I am talking. That is magnetic field on the axis of a circular conductor at a distance x. So the magnetic field at this point due to this current is B axial, and whose radius is r. About this B axial I am talking. As this x varies, when you are coming closer x distances, when you go away x increases. So when x is increasing or decreasing, B axial also changes. So the value of magnetic fields will be taken on y axis, and here this is x values are taken here on either side. That means either side means this side also will have a field and this side also will have a field. This x is positive, this side x is negative. Then you will be getting a magnetic field like this. So when x is equal to 0, that means this is x is equal to 0. So the magnetic field is given by, B naught, mu naught, Ni by 2r, no? Just now we did. So this will be the B naught value when x is equal to 0. But afterwards, either on right side or left side, the field will be decreasing as the x is increasing. This is how you can understand the magnetic field graph. So I hope you understood, and this is important derivation. Thank you, one and all.